The population density of Europe. Number of residents in grid cells of approximately 1 square kilometer. And we first see the most people live like in Germany and Western Europe. The more yellow it gets, the more residents are there. Up to 10,000 people per square kilometer. Like we see these big cities like Paris, London, Rome, Berlin, Frankfurt, Hamburg. And then we see a lot of wasteland. Especially look at Spain, there is nothing in this whole peninsula except the coast and like Madrid. Obviously we can clearly see the Alps over here. There lives nobody because mountains. And then yeah, it's interesting. You can really see why the Balkan doesn't have such numbers in population as like France or Germany. And Germany is mostly flat, so perfect for population. Same with like the Netherlands or the UK. Or in that case England and Ireland. Look at Iceland. The 2019 North Korean parliamentary elections. We have the Fatherland Front with Kim Jong-un, and that's it. And somehow, like wonder, the Fatherland Front got 100% in each province. And Kim Jong-un got elected. What a great day for democracy. I'm really asking, do the North Korean residents really believe that stuff? Do they really believe 100% voted for them? Are they already that brainwashed? Or is it like more, they know it, but they will get completely killed if they say something? Or probably the second. Overweight population in 2019. So how many in your country have overweight? So we see in Western Europe it's a lot lower than in Eastern Europe and Central Europe. The lowest are actually Luxembourg with 48%. That's still so much. And then the highest is Croatia with 65%. 2 out of 3 adults have overweight. Also Malta with 65%. Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't saw Italy with only 46%. I wonder why these more eastern countries are so much higher than the west. And what's also interesting, we see in the Balkan, the countries we have no data for have borders. But over in Ukraine, Russia and Belarus, there are no borders. Okay. Well, yeah, that's really bad. That really needs to go much lower. I myself not really a sport fan or something, but still, like 60% in Hungary, that's just too much, and that's just too bad for the people over there. Oh, okay, here we see a map of the HRE before the Napoleonic Wars. Just a complete mess. I mean, just look at that, or that. And then after the Napoleonic Wars, it looks much more cleaned and like more centralized. There are more big players than like that. But we see that mess I pointed out still exists. I mean, who had the idea of making such borders? But also Prussia has like the ugliest borders there are. There is, like they have all of Westphalia, but it isn't connected to their mainland. And these Prussian borders are even worse. I mean, look at that. Just random stuff over here. But yeah, that looks much better. Der Deutsche Bund, so the German Union, is it translated, I think, looks so much cleaner than the actual HRE. Kinda fitting for that, we have Poland at its greatest extent in 1619. And we got a very, very, very thick Poland. Oh my god. They still had like the Duchy of Prussia, all that stuff over there in the Baltics, all the way down to Caspian Sea. That was still a huge player in Europe. Imagine you had to mess with that monstrosity. I mean, wow. But again, what is this border guard down there? But yeah, then they will slowly decline and will get partitioned between Prussia, Austria, and Russia. Like in the next decades, I think lose some wars and then it's just going downhill. The Human Development Index in Asia. So, like the elephant in the room, Afghanistan. Being like complete hell. There's nothing there. Also like Yemen and kinda Myanmar. We got in red the lowest and then that's very dark blue the highest. And we see, yeah, like most of the Arabian Peninsula, like, except Yemen and also like Iraq, are more or less developed. Then Russia is okay developed, Japan really high developed. Same with Beijing, South Korea, Taiwan. Although I think that's down there, Macau and Hong Kong. Oh, and Singapore. Yeah, actually, the top 10 highest are number 10 Taiwan, then I think that's Tokyo, Israel, Kansai, Macau, Guangdong, Singapore, the capital region of South Korea, Southern Kanto, okay, and then Hong Kong with 9.949. That's very, very good. And then the lowest, we have Thai. I won't even try to pronounce these, I will just say the nations. We have Yemen, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Yemen, Afghanistan, Yemen, with 0.409. I think that's like actually one of the worst places in the entire earth. But I'm surprised, I thought Asia would be more red, especially like in the Iran and Central Asia area, but it looks developed, but India looks much more yellow than I thought. I think I would have switched like Kazakhstan and India just in color. Map of Iberia that pointed for some reason Portugal out. There is no context to that map or any data, I just thought it looked cool. So here you have it, no problem. How many times did a nation host the Olympics? So in this purple we got one time, like Brazil, Mexico, Spain, the Yugoslavian countries, Belgium, Netherlands, Sweden and Finland. In Asia nowhere. Then 2 times, like Russia, China, South Korea, Switzerland, Greece and Austria. Then 3 times, Canada, Australia, the UK and Germany. 4 times are only Japan and Italy. I mean 4 times is already very good. Then 6 times, only France, 6 times. And then the US with 9 times. Did you guys really host that so often? I thought it would be almost every time in like Brazil or something, but no, only 1 time. Then we got, and this striped stuff, officially did but never hosted. What? So they got like the tasks to do it but never did it, or what? Or maybe I'm just stupid and just don't understand the text. Officially did but never hosted. I have no idea what that would mean. But it's like a lot of countries. Like Argentina, Egypt, South Africa, and some random stuff in Europe. Randomly Uzbekistan. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Here we have a map showing what colors does the maker of the map associate the countries with. I think I don't have to commentate greatly, you can see it. I agree with most of the stuff, especially in North America, and a lot of Europe, basically everything in Europe, except Belarus and like Lithuania and Latvia. I think that Lithuania like green and Latvia like a little more red. And Belarus I think is green. Yeah, green. I think green is good. But the one thing I really strongly disagree with, why the hell is China yellow? What? Why? Like, all these countries down here are red, but not China? Like, I mean, just look at their flag. I guess the stars are yellow, but yeah, okay. Also, I think like Mongolia is blues or something. Oh, Indonesia needs to be white or like gray and not like green. But the rest, I mostly agree with. Yeah. Let me know what do you strongly disagree with. Maybe like you randomly disagree with like blue for France or something. Map showing when the first McDonald's opened in that country. So in red, 1940 to 1969, we only got the US and Canada. Then orange, 1970 to 1974, Sweden, the Netherlands, UK, France and Germany. Okay, interesting. Oh, also Australia and Japan. Are that early, like Japan and Australia? Okay. And then in the following stuff we see they first got like to Europe after the end of the Cold War, a lot to Eastern Europe and Central Europe, also to South America. In Africa they're almost nowhere. And then slowly got also into Asia. And in this color we see former, so where they were but got kicked out or just left. And are actually more countries than I thought. There is Bolivia in South America, San Marino, Bosnia, I think that's Montenegro. There is no Kosovo on that map. North Macedonia, Russia, yes, with the Ukraine war, Belarus, and Kazakhstan. That's interesting. Why Kazakhstan? And especially like, why like San Marino or Bolivia. Was there like a war that I don't know about? Could be. Oh, I forgot a lot of the small micro island nations. Yeah, there isn't too much customers over there, so I see why you left there. Global Happiness Index 2023. And we probably see the more developed a nation is, the happier it gets. And we see first Africa is pretty bad. They really aren't happy. Like, what's the best? Mauritius with 5.9. That's like the baddest in Europe. Yeah, Greece has only 5.9. That's not that good. Germany has almost 7. Same as the US and Canada. Australia with 7.1. Okay. Asia also not that happy. And then the least happy in the entire world, Afghanistan with 1.9. I can understand that, but that's almost half of like the DRC. Well, not really, but it's still much lower. And the happiest in the entire world is Finland, followed by Iceland, Sweden, actually the Netherlands, Belgium, and Norway. Interesting. Okay, guys, we need to write that. I don't know how. Don't be authoritarian regimes and don't be poor. I think that's like the answer to that. At least it looked like that. Okay, we got the districts of the German Empire. And get ready. I'm gonna pronounce it. Okay? I'm gonna pronounce that. 3, 2, 1. Deutsches Reich. Verwaltungsgliederung zum 1. Januar 1900. I know. Beautiful. Then we have down here the Kreisebene. So how that was regulated, I think. Or like that managed or something. We see there was like all of these old kingdoms still left. Like Bavaria, Lotharingia, Prussia, the huge one. Also see it down here, obere Verwaltungsebene. So like the higher managing domains, like Prussia, Bavaria, and that stuff. The map isn't that interesting. I actually just wanted to say stuff in German. So you can finally someone on YouTube who can pronounce German words correctly. That's basically it. Life expectancy 2021 compared to 2011. So we see Africa a little bit improving, actually not too much, but a little bit. Then Asia pretty much got the same. Actually Russia got worse, but Pakistan got higher, but basically stayed the same. Like China got a little bit higher, like also Thailand. And in the Americas, a lot of South America, like Peru, Colombia, and Ecuador got higher. And the US got higher. They got now to the, I think is it the 82 or the 86 category. Basically, they're getting very old now. And like the highest is Japan, but I think no one is in that 90 area. But Japanese citizens get really, really old. I think like around mid 80. Yeah, the life expectancy is 84.62 years. It was at least 2020. Oh my god, look at China over here. 2020 with 78 years, which is totally fine. But look at it, 1960, 33 years. In the Middle Ages that was better. Mao Zedong was just the worst ruler ever. And then 2 years later it got already 20 years higher. And from that it just steadily rose. And actually surpassed the US. But yeah, I think that will just steady to rise as long as we don't start a new world war or stuff like that and just destroy each other for literally no good reason. We will probably see that go to 90 everywhere in like the next 100 years, maybe even to 100. Who knows? I'm also dead by that point, probably. But I mean, I was born in Germany 2007, and there was the life expectancy 79.5 years. So I'm probably gonna live until like 2080, hopefully longer. Oh no, actually, maybe I can get to 2100. Actually, went down in the last years. Yeah, okay. Because of COVID, yeah, okay. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You can click on the next video, it will be a similar reaction. Have a great day, bye!